Morning, or actually early afternoon, and I got these trailer fenders ready to go here. They're all wiped down. I'm going to take a blowgun over it real quick here before I start shooting some rattle can etch on there. It's not really my first choice, but it's what's going to be appropriate for this little spot job. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. I didn't have to plow last night. Never ended up getting the snow we were going to get. So I got a can of this kind right here. This is aerosol etch. This is Montana. I like this. It's pretty good stuff. I've had it in my pocket for the last hour and I've been shaking it. It's about 75 in here in the shop. So we're going to give it a shot here. I think you guys are in the shot. And if this is still transparent when I'm done, that's fine. We're just putting it over the bare metal areas anyway. Just to give us some adhesion. And I'll go ahead and I'll shoot a coat of sealer over this real quick right before I get ready to paint it. Of course, I'm seeing it right for the camera. Go ahead and get the inside covered the best we can. Just trying to get it some chemical adhesion here. I cleaned this steel down, ran some 80 grit over it. Now I do this other side. I think I'm going to start underneath the fender before this can gets too low that I can't spray it. So that's kind of what we got right there. Get some on this other fender here. I had the heaters blowing directly on those fenders. Getting the steel nice and warmed up. Bring the blowgun over here. There's little fuzzies from the towel catching it. Still doing pretty good on material here. This stuff needs to dry about half an hour before I can go ahead and put some sealer over it. Check this other side, make sure I got that one spot before I waste the last 2 squirts out of this can. Stuff isn't cheap, it's about 13 bucks a can, but it is absolutely magical. It works really nice. We killed that can. Good to go. Had just enough. So we'll let this go for about half an hour here, and we'll bring you back for the next step. So we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, kiddies. I did something stupid. I used some 3M 5200 adhesive sealant on these seams down here, and I forgot that it takes like 48 hours for this stuff to become tack free. I'm hoping in the morning that it'll be dried up enough that I can paint it or get my sealer over it. Luckily my etch primer has a 12-hour window on it, or I'm sorry, a 24-hour window on it, I think. Let's go get the can. Maybe it's 12 hours. Maybe I totally screwed myself and I'm gonna have to scuff it. Let's see. Scuff primer before top coating if allowed to dry more than 24 hours. Okay, we're good. I'll come in tomorrow morning and paint this. Hopefully that'll be dry enough. I screwed up. I wasn't thinking. I didn't really want to waste 2-part seam sealer on a trailer repair. But, did it really need it? Not necessarily, but the original fenders were bent and not welded in sections like this, so where my two pieces of metal met, like here, there was just a teeny gap behind it, and I could have welded it, but it's got plenty of strength. It doesn't need to be welded on both sides. She's good to go. So I'll bring you back when it's time to paint this later. Guys, it's Sunday about lunchtime, and we're gonna go ahead and get these fenders repaired areas painted up. I went ahead and threw a coat of 2K sealer on these. They should be ready to go. They've been drying about 25-30 minutes. It's about 75 in here, maybe a little warmer. I don't know, humidity's pretty low, about 30%. But I'll show you what I got going on as far as paint. Nothing fancy, it's some industrial enamel. And we're gonna shoot it through the finish line 3 gun right there, that kind, yep. It's got so much spill you can barely read it, but it's industrial maintenance coating, quick dry enamel. I've used this to paint ladder racks and all kinds of trailer stuff with before. It holds up really good and reacts good to this activator right here. It's not the same brand, but it works. And got about a half a cap full of accelerator in there, all mixed up, a little splash of reducer, and we're mixed up, ready to go. Get you guys on the stand here. I didn't turn the air compressor on this morning, but I think I have enough air to get my first coat on this, not be too fussy with it. And maybe not. We'll go turn the compressor on and I'll bring you guys back in about 10 minutes, so we'll catch you in a few. Well, actually, I'll fill the gun first and then we'll catch you in a few. How do you like that? Oh yeah, chunky style. That stuff had a little bit of garbage in it, but what the old strainers for. With these industrial paints like this, I've never really had any problem with them if they got a little funk in the can. Unless the half of it's solid. This one had a few floaters in it. We just need enough on here to put 2 coats on. So, alright, I'm going to kick the compressor on. I'll be back in a few. Back, got the gun ready to go here, and I'm all masked up, and we're going to do this. So hold on. Alright, there's your first coat. We're going to put one more coat on it. I'll bring you back for that. See ya. I've gone about 20 minutes here on this first coat, and it's nice and tacky. Sorry about that. I remembered in this other fender there was a little piece of my lint from my towel that was in it, and I really didn't want to stare at that. So go ahead and put the second coat on. Now once this gets good and tacky, this is enamel paint. You touch it, preferably in an inconspicuous area. This is inconspicuous to me because it's underneath the toolbox. If your hand sticks to it and nothing pulls up, no stringers, you're good to go. It'll hold a lot of paint now. to be close on paint, but you can see how shiny that is. Gonna look way better than the rest of it. So I will, I'll bring you back when I get the other side done. The battery's about to crap out on this camera, so we'll catch you in a minute. Go, all done, guys. I ended up having to mix up a little bit more paint for that second coat on the other fender over there, and I mixed enough. I ended up putting 3 coats on it. So the toolboxes go on those fenders, cover from that end all the way to this end, so you won't even see the paint transition other than maybe a little bit along the edge. A little overspray inside the trailer there, but I wasn't going to mask it. This trailer is going to get scratched up and beat up quickly enough that you're not going to notice it. There's the other one, ready to go. Wheels are back on. Same thing on this side. There's a utility box that goes from this corner all the way down to that corner of the top of the fender. He'll probably smear some chassis grease like that all over here. Trailer would look nice if we could have painted the whole thing, but I'm not really into painting trailers like this. It just takes forever. I'd probably have $1,000 or $800 in time prepping and throwing a quick coat of cheap paint on this trailer. It just takes too damn long. Best thing to do is to take these to a sandblaster and get them to do it. They'd probably sandblast this for $300 or $400, and then I could come in and paint it real quick. But for my means, I don't have equipment big enough to sandblast this efficiently, and doing the wire wheel deal on this just as it takes too long. The other better thing to do is to take all the decking off the trailer and actually get the trailer up in the air so that you can walk underneath it and spray all of these cross members if you're going to paint it and things like that. But we'll see. We got a powder coating place in town now that has real reasonable rates on doing like wheels and stuff like that. They don't have an oven big enough to do a whole trailer in, but I have a feeling that would be really the way to do it, because it would just be more cost effective. The automation is there, you know, the machinery and things as far as stripping them. A lot of these things, they just put them in a hot tank and strip them that way and then bring them out, and that etches them, and then they go right to the powder coat and fire the old oven up and bake it on. But I like this color white. It turns out pretty good. It's not a real bright white. It's sort of an off-white. So once the dirt and scratches mix in with it, she's going to be primo. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget about the Mumble tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And for those of you who join us, we'll see you then. Later.